Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us for this special live session. Actually, the last of this year. So, thank you for the time for being with me. I'm Itzik Amiel, and we are here with a weekly Switch series, Switch It On, where we share ideas, insights, and inspiration to help you as a professional to switch relationships to revenue, referrals, and reputation, and to stand out of the crowd. And you're invited. So, if you listen to me, I'm live and I'm dying that you come and listen to me once in the last time of the year. And today we're going to talking about the ignore list, and specifically about the how to create the to ignore list to accelerate the growth of your professional practice, especially when the new year is coming. Again, feel free to type in the chat box and let me know who you are, where you're dining from, so know you are with me from around the world. And part of you already they are already midnight, already into the new year. So congratulations, happy new year for you, and a lot of wishes, best wishes of health, joy, peace to this world, and hopefully to see you also face to face in the new year. But let me guess, you are busy. You're actually super busy, right? Between drafting proposal, jumping on client calls, attending meetings, answering emails, and keeping up with the ever-growing stack of professional development tasks. You probably feel like uh, there's just not enough time in the day to get it all done. And guess what? In the new year, there's not going to be an extra time added to your day life. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, do I really need to be doing all of these? Here's the thing, not all work is created equal, and you know that. In fact, some of the tasks you spend your precious time on might only give you the illusion of progress while adding very little actual value to your professional or personal growth. That's where the HBR blogger Peter Bregman's brilliant concept of to ignore list comes in. That's the reason for this session. Yes, you heard me right. To ignore list. See, we all have those never ending to do lists, but it might be time to flip the script. And this best time is right now. Instead of figuring out what else you need to do, this method really focuses on identifying tasks, habits, or commitments you shouldn't be doing at all, but narrowing your focus to what truly matters and letting go of unnecessary distractions. You carve out time for the work that drive real results for you in the new year to come and every other things you want to do. So, based on my personal work with many of the lawyers and other professionals around the world that I mentor and I train, and hopefully you're one of them, these strategies can help you make the coming year even more successful and have a big win to accelerate the growth of your practice or your career. So, you want to listen up. And of course, if you have any additional question, please feel free to send me an email or type in the chat or DM here on LinkedIn, and I'll be happy to help and give you more ideas. So let's talk about how these work and more importantly, how you can implement it starting today. But first, let me answer a fundamental question. Why you need to ignore list? Think back to the last time you felt completely buried by work. Did every single task on your plate move the needle for your business or career? Probably not, right? To be fair, some tasks feel essential, like responding to emails right away or chipping at a frustrating meeting. But as Bregman wisely points out, these types of activities often function as make work, that task that may appear productive but actually drain your energy and time without advancing your goals. Take a moment and consider this. If you set aside certain low value activities or simply ignore them altogether, how much time would you free up? How much more focus could you give to your highest priorities? So, probably your next obvious question is okay, I get it. What should I do? Or where should I go? What do I do to get this ignore this? But before I start to answer this question, again, I want to say hello to all of you joining. Yes, I'm live. Thank you for joining us from all over the world. I can see already you're joining. Let us know who you are, where you're dialing from, so we all know that we are with me. Again, we're speaking about the ignore list, and I appreciate you coming because I think you're here for interesting thing. What before you starting a new year? So next let's answer this critical question I just posed to you. Why should go on your to ignore list? So let me suggest a few common energy draining habits that might deserve a spot on your to ignore list, along with practical step how to eliminate them. So the first one is reacting like a trained monkey. Do you compulsively refresh your email every few minutes? Probably you are there because I used to do that as well. But studies shows that emails trigger the same reward system in our brain as slot machine. You see, every notification feels like it might be important, but most aren't. So instead of playing the refresh game all day, start dedicated windows of checking your inbox. For example, once every 90 minutes. And what do you do outside of these windows? Ignore it. Remember one lawyer I mentored wrote to me recently that when I took a month off and only checked email weekly, I realized most urgent things were not urgent at all. In fact, time spent inbox free means more focus on deep, impactful work in your practice. Next, number two is mindless traditions. You know, are there any professional obligation you follow simply out of guilt or habit? For instance, sending business holiday cards every December. You maybe did it already. You feel like productive, but it's really opening up new opportunities or strengthening your relationships. Instead, try something more meaningful. Reach out with a tailor-made message at a random time of the year, or schedule a quick coffee or a Zoom catch up. I promise you it will be much more effective and productive to your practice, and you'll be more top of mind. That's what you want to get out of it to your clients. Beyond just delivering services. Okay, thank you much for joining. Yes, I am live. Thank you for joining for that. We're speaking about the ignore list, and I'm glad to have you all here. If you have any question during this session, absolutely ask it in the chat or send me an email afterward if you watch the replay, and I'll be happy to help you. So here's the third energy draining habit that you want to put in the ignore list. This tedious reading. If you're drowning in 100 articles, reports, or magazines subscription, it's probably time to weed them out. Really enhance your knowledge and growth. What just reading for the sake of reading? Give you to your practice. So keep the few resources that provide really genuine insights and ditch the rest. Put them in the ignore list. You want to go beyond traditional satisfaction. You want to really be more productive in your practice and get results. The fourth habit to deal with is low reward work. Have you ever taken on a project that seems like a win at first, but turned out to be more hassle than it was worth? Whether it is in a overly complex partnership or purely paying clients, all this engagement tend to sap your time and your enthusiasm. So learn to spot these red flags early, like low return on investment or excessive micromanagement or ambiguous deliverable. These are all signs to say no upfront. I promise you, if you do that, you'll thank me afterward, and it give you so much more time to do things that are important, that priority in your practice. Yeah, those who ignore joining me now, we're speaking about the ignore list. I'm glad to have you. Thank you. Stick with me. I know it's the last day of the year. I know you take of the time, but I promise you, it's right to the point. And I'm talking actually now the fifth habit, the low energy draining habit that you want to put in the ignore list. And number five is overcomplicating projects. See, sometimes we expend energy on building or planning something elaborate before four, knowing whether there is demand for it. For example, if you are creating a big initiatives, ask yourself, have I tested whether this is something people really want? Now you're doing things for the client. Say the client thing. How do you know? Did you ask the client? So answer the question. Is this something really your client wants? Save efforts by really starting small and validating ideas before diving into the details. I always say, if you launch small ideas, you maximum fail in small. That is my recommendation in short here, because if you don't do it, you're going to fail in big and you have all the resource and you spend a lot of valuable time. And if you have a question, type the question in the chat box. I would love to answer you. But these are the 5 things you should to put on your ignore list. So just to wrap up our today's session, I want to share with you a practical action plan to implement this insight, building your to ignore list in your professional practice. So if you're ready to take control of your time and refocus your energy, put this strategy into action with these following steps. Okay? You ready? I hope you have pen paper to write it down. So number one, grab a notebook or open note or whatever, or your phone, whatever you're using, and start by writing down the activities that don't move the needle for your professionality or your personal lifestyle. This could be habits or tasks or obligation that cause more stress than value. Okay. Number two, ask yourself key questions. Is this activity directly contributing to my most important goals? If I stop doing it, what's the worst that could happen in my practice, in my business, in my life? Am I doing this out of habit, out of guilt, or fear of saying no? Ask yourself this question and write it down what comes in your mind. Number three, prioritize ruthlessly. Once you identify this low value task in this list, decide which one you want to drop entirely. Something may still need to be done, but that doesn't mean you have to do them. Maybe you want to delegate them if possible. But that's how you get rid of all those things, those that you should ignore list, put them away from your to-do list. And number four, set boundaries. Create rules around your times and attention. For instance, you could say, I only attend meeting with a clear agenda in advance, or I'll check emails twice a day, no more. Put your rules in the agenda. It will give you back the time that you need to work on your priority list. Number five, test the waters. Start small, as I always said, by ignoring just one time wasting habit this week. Start small. Notice that it feels that what you were able to achieve with this extra time you get yourself. And keep building from there. The bottom line is you cannot do it all. Okay. So even if the world more successful professional I know that growth comes from more focus, undivided attention to the people, to the task, to the thing you need to do, which means strategically ignoring distractions and low value tasks. Right? That's the power of attention, because it's so rare today, and you rise to the top of the short list if you do that. As Peter Bergman said, explaining himself, saying no to the wrong things give you time and energy to say yes to the right things. As simple as it sounds. Say your challenge. Take 10 minutes today to create your first to ignore list. Now, cut the noise, clear the clutter, and watch how much space create for you. You will create to grow your practice, to delight your clients, to achieve your goals. My dear friend, it's time to switch and to stop spinning your wheels and start driving real progress in your practice. It's the new year, it's a new opportunity. And that's the first test you want to do right away when you step to a new year. So now it's your turn to take time to take action, to implement what you're learning also in this session. If you need any help in implementing in your practice, or if you just want to learn how to build winning client relationship or your personal brand, this is exactly what we do for our clients. And I would love you to work with you in the new year. So that's your time to grab your time, grab your agenda. Let's have a call together, because I'll help a lot of professionals like you around the world. I train them, I mentor them, and I even doing the work for them by the do services. So if you're interested, there's a lot more to share with you by implementing those strategies in the practice. So please send me in a private message or in LinkedIn or an email and see how can we help. We jump on the call and I can explain more. And maybe I can even come and do a keynote, a presentation to your colleague, to your audience, to people around you. Next week, we have another amazing topic expert to discuss a new practical strategy to grow your practice and build better relationships, reputation, and referrals. So if you want to join us, make sure to never miss one of our weekly Switch On interview series. Follow me on LinkedIn or go to the Switch Hub website. Let me share with you the link so you will know it is. It's the hub.theswitch.ch, hub.theswitch.ch. Except for finding a lot of interesting things, you could sign up there and get a business development strategies and tips. And you can also check my new online courses. And I just launched two more and live workshops. So you want to join, or even join the Switch membership site, which is I can give you the direct link to that one, which is again is the switch hub.theswitch.ch slash join us. Again, hub.theswitch.ch slash join us. That's where you get access directly to the Switch membership community to learn more how to grow your practice and your brand. And of course, you're welcome again to send me any private message or an email to ask your question and see how can I be of value to you in the new year to help you grow in your practice and see more opportunities. For now, I want to thank you. I want each one of you that really in the last year of the year spend the time with me. Thank you for joining me live. Thank you for all your support and being part of this community. I look forward to seeing you everyone in the next episode, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central European Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And remember, my dear friends, I want you to remember because I always remind you on things we need to do, but please remember to switch on and make your to ignore list today and take the first step toward to be more focused, rewarding your professional life and even your own personal life. With that, I want to say Happy New Year. Thank you very much for being here. Look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye for now, everybody. Bye bye.